11 recent defensive gun uses, DGUs. I can never remember that acronym for whatever reason. Defensive gun use cases that have happened this year that you may not have heard about because the news will squelch that. That's not the
does not fit the narrative.
Yeah, it doesn't fit the narrative that they want to put out there, and that's going to be a reoccurring theme here. As early as January 1st in Philadelphia, in a potentially the first media-verified defensive gun use of 2023, police said a woman with a license to carry a firearm shot and wounded a man who assaulted her during an incident of domestic violence that occurred less than an hour into the new year. So she started off the year strong. A reminder, we talked about this a couple weeks ago, that according to many studies ranging from 500,000 to 3 million times annually, a defensive gun use is recorded. So that's a pretty big number. These are just some of them. January 3rd in Dos Palos, California, a concealed carry permit holder was attempting to assist a driver whose vehicle, this one's weird, had become stuck in heavy mud. Police said when the driver became angry, he retrieved an axe from the trunk and swung it at the Good Samaritan. How dare you help me get my truck unstuck?
Wow, yeah. This is where we need Greta.
Yeah, no kidding. Bring back institutions. January 9th, police said in Georgia, police said an armed robber who tried to hide his face under a pair of women's panties entered a combined gas station and convenience store and pointed a handgun at the clerk. What he did not know that all three of the other customers inside the store were legally concealing weapons, and they worked together, disarmed the robber, and held him at gunpoint until the police arrived. Good work.
Good work.
January 11th, Panama City, police said that a man who was angry over lost property began shooting into a bar at closing time while multiple patrons and employees were inside.
Oh, goodness.
One patron who had a concealed carry permit heard the gunshots, ran toward the front door, and fatally shot the gunman. Nice.
That one.
Nice.
That brings up there. How do you stop a bad guy with a gun?
There it is.
Guy with a gun.
They don't want to hear that noise though. A couple more here. Utica, New York. When a disgruntled customer at the Applebee's restaurant slashed an employee across the face with a steak knife, that had to hurt. Police said an armed diner with a concealed carry permit intervened, ordering the man to drop the knife, and kept the assailant from further injuring the employee. Avondale, Arizona, January 18th. To protect himself and his customer, police said a gas station employee shot and critically wounded a masked man who tried to rob the station at gunpoint. Chicago, a concealed carry permit holder on January 20th, shot and wounded an armed robber. Spartanburg, South Carolina, January 22nd. Police said that an armed driver returned fire after a 19-year-old shot at him during a road rage incident. Although his car was hit by multiple bullets, neither he nor the passenger was injured. The young man fled, but later was arrested and charged. January 23rd in Roswell, New Mexico, a woman fatally shot her husband in self-defense after he beat her and threatened to kill her inside a business they owned. The night before, the couple had an argument that prompted the woman to sleep inside the store, where the husband confronted her the next morning. Last one, January 27th, Haines City, Florida. A concealed carry permit holder returned home with his girlfriend to find two intruders in his kitchen. The homeowner drew his gun and fired 5 rounds at one intruder, striking him 4 times before fleeing with his girlfriend and calling police. Responding officers found the wounded intruder, a convicted felon, near the home, and were trying to identify and locate the second. So there's just a handful of early 2023 DGUs that you probably never heard about, but they're out there. They're all over the place. Like I said, 500 to 3 million per year. If you guys have any of those, send them to Craig's email address down here, and we will highlight them on the next one. But we always like to hear those, so bring them on.
Yeah, a couple things I want to point out here. Listing through these, you've got California, New York,
Florida, like 3 times.
Chicago. But I mean, all these.
I see what you're saying.
All these anti-gun places. Okay, defensive use of firearms still occurs. Now, I worry about some of these people because are they going to be brought up on charges themselves?
No. Not in the blue states, they won't. They're the victims.
No, no, I'm talking about the.
Oh, you're talking about the defensive people.
defensive
Yeah,
people.
I gotcha.
So I would, worry about that. The other thing I want to point out too, the one that you listed there in Florida, the last one, homeowner drew his gun, fired 5 rounds at one intruder, striking him 4 times. That's good shot
That
placement.
is good. That's good. I can't do that at the range.
Good stuff.
We got our buddy Uncle Mike has joined us.
Oh,
Hi,
howdy,
Uncle Mike. Guns and 18-wheelers. I think that's a newbie. Thank you for being with us here, Guns and 18-wheelers.
Yeah, there was a CCW holder in California. There are some.
Yeah, what do you think that they had to do to get that permit?
Goodness.
What, like firstborn child maybe? Like turn in your kid and we'll give you one?
Yeah. Now, the flip side of the coin, though, California, for being as anti-gun as they are political-wise, actually, I believe I've heard the statistic. I don't remember the exact numbers, but per capita, they have the highest gun ownership of any other state.
Really? Mm-hmm. That's surprising.
So
That's very surprising.
California, as a state, is not anti-gun.
I feel bad for everybody in the north.
I do too.
If you look at a map,
anyone who's in the interior
Yes.
of California, especially the north, but along the entire length of it, it's just those couple
and they're
cities on the
held
coast.
captive by the loons in L.A., San Francisco, San Diego.
Yep. I hope you've enjoyed this clip from the Craig's Gun Channel Random Shots program. The program airs Thursdays at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. On Random Shots, we discuss content ranging anything from preparedness, survival, politics, firearms, basically anything that's 2A related, with sometimes some rabbit trails on things that aren't related at all. If you enjoy this type of programming, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you're notified when we release new content. And if you like it, hit the like button and share us if you would as well. It helps the algorithm and helps the channel grow and helps get our message out. So I guess until next time, stay safe.